We all know the effects of primacy and recency on memory retention, but there's a hidden piece that most people don't think of, and when you understand this, you realize this is why I remember specific occasions or conversations with people I had, even though a lot of my memory is blurred out. And by understanding this, you can know how to deal with people to ensure that you are memorable, especially in a place where, and a time where people are meeting hundreds of people every week, especially in businesses or in events, but even in your normal life in school, and just ensuring you can build lasting relationships with people by that first time you meet and that first touch point. So with primacy and recency, it's basically just saying that someone, when you get into someone's mind, if you're the first or the last thing in whatever timeline they conceive you in, that will give you a better chance of being remembered. So for example, if you're doing, like let's say, just personal example, like a pitch competition, we always try to be either first or last, and ideally first, but first or last is what people will remember the most, because the middle kind of just blurs itself together. There's a very, you can look this up, there's a very distinct curve of that memory retention based off of primacy and recency. Now, that other thing is how you make them feel, because usually people do not remember what you say, what you do, but they will very often remember how you make them feel, especially if it's a strong emotion. So if you can think back to big memory anchors in your life, usually that will be a big event that you felt very happy, or you felt loved, or you felt excited. And these are a lot of times very extreme. So maybe if you went skydiving, for example, that would probably be an anchor memory that you have. Now, it's the same thing on the flip side. Very negative emotions, times where you felt very sad, very angry, very emotionally abused, if that's the right term to use there. By understanding that's how memory works and that's how retention works, it can help us understand how to become better remembered with individuals that we want to build relationships with, or we want them to remember us in any sort of way. Now, actionable steps to ensure that are to make that person feel the way you want them to feel. And I won't go into the negative, because I don't believe in making people remember you in a bad light. But by understanding your first touch point with a person is very heavy and indicative of how they will remember you in the future, using that to make sure that every encounter you have with a human being is one that's positive and one that makes them feel good in a specific way. Now, obviously, there's some scenarios where that might not be the case, but just remember that the importance of that is very heavy, because you never know which person you will meet again down the line in your life, and you can't see the future, so you don't know where your paths will cross or intersect later on. So by being positive and making them feel good, whether it's about themselves or about you or about an idea or topic that you guys are discussing, that is something crucially important for you to master and bring to every conversation you have with an individual. And it can be something small as just complimenting them and saying something unique. And when I say compliment, I don't mean like, oh, your shirt looks good. Like, make an observation that may not seem big, but is very specific and not only unique to you and your personality, but something that they may or most likely have not heard that day or that week or even ever. That's a very quick and easy way to not only open them up to further conversation, but have them remember you. Be like, oh, this is the guy that complimented me on this, whatever. Or if you bring just a level of energy, of excitement and interest to a conversation, even if you're tired. And I know I've done this before where I've been exhausted, we're at an event, and I'm kind of just like just saying words to say them and to get through the event, rather than actually focusing on the individual and giving them my full undivided attention and interest. That is what will move you forward in terms of life in general, but more specifically building those relationships and that network that you truly never know if a person you talk to, you'll never see them again, or if they'll be a key figure in your life down the line. So just ensuring that every interaction you have, to the best of your abilities, is one that's positive and one that brings positivity to those people, so that when they think of your name, or when they hear your name, or when they meet you again, they have that emotion of excitement, because the brain remembers. Even if they consciously may not remember you, their subconscious will. And it's extremely important, I can't emphasize it enough, of making them feel at peace, or having them see you in a positive light. And of course, this isn't intended to an audience who plan to manipulate this feeling and this understanding of emotions. It's intended to an audience who truly want the best for people and want to grow with those around them. And to be honest, even if you're positive to one person who you'll never see again in your life, and you know that, which you never really do, but you know that just take that as practice. And honestly, it just feels good to be nice to people. So I guess moral of the story, or the video, is understand the importance of emotion and the effect it has on memory retention. And not only understand that for yourself, but use that when dealing with people, and especially on your first interactions, and to leave a mark and leave them thinking, oh, I like this person, or I can see myself doing business with this person in the future, or have them top of mind when something comes up and you ask them if they know, I don't know, like for example, for us, if we're talking to VCs and talking about how we're looking for developers, when they see a talented developer, you'll be the first person they think about. That's all I got for you guys today. Sorry, it's kind of all over the place, but anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.